Welcome to Lavonne's Kitchen. Today I am in the kitchen making lasagna. Yes, one of my subscribers asked me to make some lasagna and this is for you. So let's get to it. So behind me I have a big pot of water for my noodles. I've got that started because it's a very big pot because I'm making a very large lasagna. Let me show you this. Look how big this pan is, and it's thick. It's one of my Viking pans. You know, if you haven't seen that video that I've done about the Viking cookware, go out there, check that video out. But this is a very large pan because I'm cooking for a lot of people. So this recipe, I'm gonna give you the recipe down in the directions, but it's going to be for like a family of 4, not for what I'm doing today. Because like I said, this is a whole lot of lasagna, okay? So let's go to our ingredients. I have my water boiling, like I said, for my pasta noodles. So I have some lasagna noodles. Of course, I have my salt and pepper. And I've got some Italian seasoning as well. It's a dry Italian seasoning, but I do have some fresh herbs. I have some fresh parsley. I have a couple of raw eggs. Now this is a little different. I do mine a little different. You know, this is Lavonne's kitchen, so Lavonne does it Lavonne's way. I have ricotta cheese and cottage cheese. This is my tasty tip of the day, my quick tasty tip of the day. Cottage cheese is a lot less expensive than ricotta cheese. So if you combine the two, you're making your lasagna a whole lot less. Because lasagna can be a little bit pricey to make with all those different cheeses. However, when you use the cottage cheese and the ricotta cheese mixed together, you can't tell the difference. It's still delicious, but you save a few pennies right there. Quick tasty tip of the day. All right, so we also have mozzarella cheese, some mild cheddar cheese, and we need Parmesan cheese. I forgot to get that out the refrigerator, but I'll get the Parmesan cheese. So we have a lot of cheeses going on here. I like a lot of cheese, so my lasagna is gonna be very cheesy. So I've started my sauce off with some ground beef. I'm just going to start to brown the ground beef. And while it's browning, I'm gonna add me some minced garlic. Nice generous amount of minced garlic. Anytime I cook Italian food, I use a lot of garlic. Stir that in there well. I like to season my meat while it's browning, so we have that flavor on top of flavor, remember? So I'm going to add a few more things. And some black pepper. A little parsley. And some Italian seasonings. And my last thing I am going to add is a little bit of salt. I don't want to put too much salt. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in a larger pot because after I add all these tomatoes, they're not going to fit. So we're going to put these tomatoes over here. Be careful with that splashing. I'm getting tomatoes everywhere. This is almost done. We're going to finish cooking it in the sauce anyway, so it's okay. So I've got my 1 jar of tomato paste. I'm going to actually add that to the meat. So as soon as I get this incorporated in here very well, I'm gonna go ahead and strain the juices off of here and then add it to my crushed tomatoes. Now remember, I said I like doing flavor on top of flavor. So I'm going to season my crushed tomatoes first, actually. Look at that. Smells good. Turn this off. I'm going to go ahead and add some Italian seasoning. A little bit more parsley. And some black pepper. Now I'm going to go ahead and strain this. What I'm going to do is, because it's hot, I'm going to strain it into the skillet right here. Let's get my strainer. And we're just going to pour it right here into the skillet to strain it. Okay, so I have my strainer and my skillet. I'll put that right there and then just pour this right in here. If you can smell this meat right now. I'm making a lot of lasagna, so I need a lot of sauce, and I like a lot of meat in my sauce. And we're going to go ahead and put this in here. No, let me wipe up some. I wish you could smell it. So basically my sauce is done. Like I said, you can use any kind of sauce you want in your lasagna, but this is what I want to use. And I'm going to let this sit overnight, and I will come back tomorrow and I will see you guys in the kitchen. So my sauce has been refrigerated overnight, letting all of those flavors marry together in there. It smells delicious. So I'm just gonna warm this up for right now. Get these lasagna noodles cooking in that pot of water while I start mixing up everything else. So my water's boiling, and I'm going to add a generous amount of salt in here. Always put a lot of salt in your water when you're cooking pasta. You see, I actually took the lid off of that and put salt in there. I put a lot. You stir this up right quick. I'm gonna add all of these pasta noodles. Like I said, I'm cooking a lot, so I've got 3 of these 12-ounce boxes of lasagna. But that's not what we're gonna put in the recipe. I'm just cooking a lot, so I'm gonna go ahead and add all of these. And while that's cooking, I'm gonna make my filling for my lasagna. So remember, I said I had fresh herbs. I'm gonna go ahead and start chopping these up. You know what? Nah. I probably should have had a larger cutting board to do this, but it's all right. As you start to chop it up, it seems to get smaller. You'll see. When you chop up fresh herbs, you can get that aromatic smell. This smells good. Sometimes it's okay to use dried herbs, but fresh herbs are always better. But we're gonna have a combination of both today. So my parsley is chopped up nice and fine. I'm gonna go ahead and add my cottage cheese to my bowl first. Then I'm going to add my ricotta cheese. Put my 2 eggs. 1, 2. I'm only going to put half of this parsley right now. We can always add more if we need it. I'm going to put some black pepper. Some salt. And some Italian seasoning. You know what I forgot? My garlic powder. I gotta put some garlic powder in there. You can't do Italian foods without garlic. Yes, there we go. Alrighty now. And I'm gonna put some Parmesan cheese in here. Open the other. I'm just gonna take it like this because I need a lot of Parmesan cheese. That's good. And we're just gonna mix it all up together. Okay, we got that mixed good. What I'm gonna do with my other cheeses, I'm gonna put them in a separate bowl. Put my mild cheddar. And my mozzarella. Make sure it's all mixed together real good. And then I'm gonna go stir my pasta noodles, check on them, see if they're ready to be strained. So while I'm waiting on those noodles to get done, I'm gonna do my first layer in the pan. And the first layer is the sauce. The sauce being the first layer will prevent your lasagna from sticking. So we're gonna do that first. Generous amount of sauce on the bottom of here because we don't want it to stick. Oh, the sauce smells so good. I thought I had cooked way too much sauce, but this big old pan, that's gonna take some sauce. That's gonna take a lot of stuff. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna layer. We are going to start with our sauce, then our noodles, then our filling, then cheese, and we'll keep repeating the process. So our noodles are almost done. I'm gonna drain those and then we'll get started with our layering. All right, it's time to start layering our noodles. Now this pan is 13 by 16. So what I'm gonna do, I wanted to see which way my noodle would go best. So they will fit better this way. So we're gonna start layering them this way. These noodles are hot because I just took them out of the water. Whew. I may use some tongs. But when you use tongs, it may tear your noodles, so you have to be careful with the tongs. These noodles are a little on the delicate side. Ooh, yeah, they're hot. They do tear up a little bit while they're boiling, which is fine because you're gonna cut it anyway. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 of them. Now what we're gonna do is take our filling and just cover this with filling. And just put it right on the noodles. And then I'm gonna spread it out once I get it on the noodles. Just spread it just like that. Whoops. Make sure it goes all the way to the end of the noodle. Then we're going to take our shredded cheese and just sprinkle a little of that on each one. Now, remember, when you use your sauce, you can use any sauce you want. I like the ground beef in my sauce. You can, add sausage, or you just have plain sauce. You don't have to have any kind of meat in it if you don't want. We got some vegetarians out there, but you can have any kind of sauce you want, or you can make it like I did. Like I said, I like mine cheesy. But this is also going to be meaty because I put a lot of meat in that sauce. So we've got the sauce, the noodle, the filling, and then the cheese. So we have all 4 layers, and we're going to just start all over and do the sauce again. I'm gonna finish filling all of these up, and I'll see you in a second. So this is my last layer, and while I've been layering this, I've had my oven preheating to 400 degrees, and this is going to sit in that oven for at least an hour. We'll check it after an hour and see if it needs to cook anymore. I'm trying to get every last little bit out of here that I can. Look at that. Clean that bowl. Yes. I want it to be nice and lots of filling. So the last layer is the cheese. Now if you notice, I do have a little bit of room left at the top because I don't want it to bubble over. Pack it all the way to the top. You might make a mess in your oven. Don't want to do that. So, I like the top of mine to be extremely cheesy, and I'm running out of cheese. So I'm gonna just add some more than what we had. I like it real good and cheesy on top. Now, I don't think it's gonna boil over, but you know what? I'm going to put a cookie sheet in the bottom of my oven just in case it does. And that way, if it does boil over, the sauce will go on the cookie sheet and not my oven. So, oh, it's heavy, look at that. Oh, Jesus, that's a lot of lasagna. It's thick, it's big, and it's cheesy. All right, I'm about to put it in the oven for an hour, and I'll see you guys then. So, my lasagna is ready to taste. I've taken it out of the oven, and I had to wait a while for it to cool. Like I said, it was a lot of lasagna in there, so it took a while to cool. And you know me, when it comes to hot cheese, you don't want to burn your mouth with that. So, like I said, there was a lot of cheese in here. I'm not trying to burn my mouth, so I had to let that chill for a while. I want to taste it. I think it's still smoking. Look at that. All right, we just gonna blow. I'm not trying to burn myself. Ooh, look at that. Cheese in there, the meat. You can even see the tomatoes, and I don't know if you can see the spices, but it smells so good. Oh yeah. Oh, it's so cheesy. The sauce is delicious. Mmm. Remember I told you y'all can make whatever sauce you want, but try my sauce. This is good. Sorry, hold on. Just gonna get another taste. Oh yeah. This is good, y'all. Whoever the subscriber was that recommended that I cook some lasagna on the channel, thank you so much. Because I hadn't cooked it in a while, and I love lasagna. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. For those of you who are new to my channel, make sure you go out there and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that when the new videos come out, you'll automatically get them. In the meantime, I'm gonna finish my lasagna, and I will see you next time in the kitchen. Bye.